and really represents the highest ideals of what we want from our programs here at Sunrise. When you hear of her journey and where she's gone, for her to come back to Sunrise, to come back to share not only her story, but the inspiration for other young women, and to do it with such humility is exceptional. So I'm going to hand it over to Bruce to introduce, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so it was 2005, maybe. And we were basically working on reviving the Sunrise Girls soccer program, and we had one team already started, and we said, all right, maybe it's time to start a second team. So I'm out there trying to find 7-year-old girls, and Julia was one of them. And Julia stayed with our program, and we built like really one of the best programs in Florida and really in the Southeast. And Julia stayed with Sunrise straight through, which is pretty unusual. She was, she graduated as a Sunrise soccer player. She went to St. Thomas, right? St. Thomas Aquinas. And then she went on to University of Kentucky, where she played for 4 years and was captain and a superstar. And then from there, she just kept working. And I'll tell you a story. One day I'm driving by Nob Hill Field in the summer, and everyone knows how hot Florida is, and especially the soccer fields. In the middle of July, and I'm in my car, and I see someone out there like sprinting the entire field. But I didn't have time to stop or really take notice of who it was. It was the summer. And then the next day I'm doing the same thing, and I see this same girl, and I was driving quick, so I didn't notice it was Julia. I said, I'm going to go in there and see who this is. It's 105 degrees out there, and this girl is out there every day working nonstop. And sure enough, it was Julia. The thing that makes Julia different is she's a gifted athlete, but there are lots of gifted athletes. But I can honestly say, I've never seen a player work as hard as Julia has. She elevated herself from being like a great player to being like just an outstanding player that played at the highest level in college, played overseas in Australia, where she was a fan favorite in Melbourne, the most competitive league. It was like player of the year. Then came back here and played in Major League Soccer in Utah, and now plays for the local professional team. But more important than that, Julia visited our club every single year during her college and professional career. And right now, in addition to playing professional, she still is involved with the club. She's out there 2 days a week as a coach, working with our younger players. And she was born in Sunrise, never left Sunrise. She's completely 100% Sunrise. This is really a special story. So thank you for giving us the honor of honoring Julia tonight.
To put some further context on this, by the way, she's above all else humble and shy. Despite all these amazing accomplishments, we were excited when we heard that Julia was coming back to the States and was signing with Utah. Very preeminent club. It was very important. And we were excited when we started saying, well, listen, if she's ever back again, when she's back in the summer with the girls, let's make sure we have an opportunity. But then when she signed with Fort Lauderdale United and really came home, it was an opportunity for us to celebrate all that you've accomplished, but also this incredible sense of what it means to belong to a community. You did it and have been doing it without accolades or photo ops or press pass. There was no push on this. It was just you were going back, and I've talked to Bruce about this, and I've seen it in other circumstances, how important it is for other young women. What's important from these programs, and I'm sure you would agree with this, that they open up doors. For many of the players, they'll be given the opportunity to play. It might be Division III, but they're getting the opportunity to play, to go to college, to achieve. And when Bruce comes and talks about the success of the club, there are plenty of opportunities to talk about playing for national championship and trophies in the state of Florida. But the thing that really compels these programs is the doors that are opened up. The fact that they get to choose. For some, they may not go on to play, but they've gotten into the university of their choice, the college of their choice. They may go into other sports marketing or other aspects of sports. But there's many that go on in Division I, like you, who really have that opportunity to take it to the next level. So this was just a crass opportunity for us to say we know you. That's why we wanted to bring you here, that we can and celebrate not only what you've accomplished, but what you're doing to give back. So really want to thank you, and it's my honor on behalf of the commission to declare Julia Grosso Day here in the city of Sunrise. Whereas it is with great pride and admiration that we celebrate the achievements of one of our own, a true product of the great city of Sunrise, Julia Grosso. Whereas Julia's journey began here in Sunrise when she first picked up a soccer ball at the age of 7. She took off and embarked on a lifelong commitment to the game with the Sunrise Soccer Club. Whereas Julia's dedication to her craft led her to the University of Kentucky, where she excelled as a team captain, and from there, her talent propelled her into the international stage, playing for Melbourne City in Australia, where she earned the prestigious Player of the Year title for 22-23 season. Whereas Julia's professional soccer career continued to flourish with the successful seasons at Melbourne City and later with the Utah Royals. Whereas Julia has now returned home to play for the newly formed Fort Lauderdale United. Go buy your tickets. Hurry up. A women's professional soccer team continue to inspire us all with her unwavering commitment to her passion and to community. And by the way, it just turns out, right, all of the women's leagues are, I'm sorry, they're just excelling. Whether the men, I'm sorry, it's just true. And you know, we see it at the World Cup stage, we see it all over. Yep. So this is a great opportunity for our community to come out and show support for you as well. Whereas despite her international success, Julia remains deeply connected to her roots in Sunrise, consistently returns to Mount Hill Soccer Field to push her limits, and share her knowledge and expertise with the next generation of soccer players at the Sunrise Soccer Club. Whereas Julia Grosso's story is one of perseverance, talent, and love for the game, serving as a shining example to our youth that with hard work and dedication, dreams can indeed become a reality. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Michael J. Ryan, Mayor of the City of Sunrise, together with the entire City Commission, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2025 as Julia Grosso Day in the City of Sunrise, and recognize her exceptional contributions to our community, her outstanding achievements in professional soccer, and her dedication to inspiring future generations. Congratulations and thank you.